Chanel Hall.
Chanel Hall, there we go. On IG under wealth_empowerment. Wealth_empowerment. All right. And of course, in Clubhouse, under Power Couples in Biz, the group. All right. This is another awesome, wealthy Wednesday. All right. So, did anyone hear from Diamond yet?
Diamond said that she's going to be out and about.
Mm-hmm.
Not sure if she'll be able to make it.
All right, no worries. Sometimes it's like that. Sometimes as business owners, we got to get out and get some things done. All right, so I completely understand that. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into it.
Welcome to
Family,
the room, everybody.
welcome to the room. My name is Dwayne Hall, and this is my amazing wife.
Chanel Hall.
Yes, and we are Power Couples in Business.
Yes, we
All
are.
right, and here with us today on this Wealthy Wednesday. Up there goes Diamond. That's what I'm talking about. Go ahead and using health insurance is your fear of
Hey,
good
Diamond.
afternoon, Diamond. Is your fear of losing your health insurance keeping you at your job? Right? Is your fear of losing your health insurance keeping at your job? A lot of people feel like that. They're stuck at the job because they don't want to leave the benefits. The benefits. What am I going to do without my benefits? Right. So let's go ahead and tell people what we do. Miss Hall, what do we do?
Well, first, before we tell them what we do, I'm going to tell you to pin your link to the top of Clubhouse real quick.
Can you do that?
It's
Come
been it's
on,
been a while. Listen, I'm not about the Android iPhone beef, but it's been a while since I used Android, and I don't know how to work Android that well. So sorry, but I cannot help you.
I got you.
But in the meantime, in between time, yes, we are Dwayne and Chanel Hall. We're business coaches. We're financial coaches. We are husband, wife. We are homeschool parents. We have 4 children. We've been homeschooling our children since 2016. And our mission is to educate our community as well on all things. Hey, the original woman. All things financial literacy, all things wealth building, whether that's from a money standpoint or just healthy living. That is what we do in a nutshell. We help people in the area of life insurance, investing, business, you name it, we do it. And if we don't do it, we know somebody who does. So hit us up. We can definitely help you regardless. Our link is in our bios. Whatever platform you're on right now, our links are always in our bios. But we'll also drop it at the end of the live in all of the comments that we're on, because we're streaming on. Okay. Unknown caller. We're streaming on 3, 4 different devices right now, so we're gonna drop our links there. On that note, I'm gonna pause and pass my mic over to Shane so that Shane can introduce herself, and then Diamond can go ahead. Yes.
Okay, hello. So I am Shane, the negotiator, and I help owners with proactive tax and accounting planning instead of reactive tax and is that problems that can potentially happen before it happens, so that you don't have to be scrambling at the last minute when
Hey
to
Shane.
figure out the issue.
Hey
Yes.
Shane.
You're coming in choppy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
I don't know
breaking
if it's
up pretty
us or
bad.
not.
I don't know. It says my signal. Let me see. Check the Wi-Fi. 1 second. How about now?
It sounds okay right
Yeah,
now.
it's clear right now.
Okay. Whew, we gotta do it again.
Yes. Run it back.
My name is Shade the Negotiator, and I help individuals and business owners with proactive tax and accounting planning versus reactive tax and accounting planning. And what that means is that I help you to catch potential problems and foresee issues so that we can come up with a plan on how to fix it to help minimize your tax liability and keep you in compliance versus waiting until the thing happened and now we have to run around like chickens with our head cut off to fix that problem. So that is what it is. That is what I do, a part of what I do. And I'm always excited for this conversation today. And I'll pass the mic to Diamond.
Awesome. Awesome.
Hey guys, good afternoon. Always happy to be a part of the conversation. First and foremost, all things real estate. I'm Diamond DE Sales on all platforms. So that's Diamond DEE Sales on all platforms. I'm going to multitask. I'm in the middle of driving, so I'm going to attempt to be a part of the conversation today and drive safely on the road. So I help business owners and for first-time home buyers and investors. So investors who have businesses of investing in real estate with the home buying process. I do that through simply teaching them how to invest in properties. I always say anybody can buy a home, but can you keep it? So I teach you how to keep it and not just get it, but keep it and not lose it. So with that, I'll pass it back to you guys to start the conversation.
Awesome, awesome. And we actually have a referral for you, Diamond. So
Yes,
we have to reach
indeed.
out to you after this call.
Yes, indeed.
But
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
no problem. Were we showing the video today? I saw that you locked off the laptop.
Yeah, because we couldn't find it.
I sent it to you.
You did?
I did.
Now you tell me.
I
All
told
right.
you when I sent it to you.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Anywho,
Well, while I pull that up, okay. While I pull that up.
Today's conversation, we're talking about is the fear of losing your health insurance keeping you at your job? I guess
Yeah.
kind of sort of hold it, maybe.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if I can
Nah, I think that might fall. You have to hold that.
finagle something.
Yeah, so the reason why we wanted to talk about that today is because there's a lot of people that, that say that they hate their jobs. A lot of people are out here talking about, they don't like what it is that they do, or they may not really necessarily enjoy working at their current employment. But a lot of times we stick around because what? The benefits are good. I know I had this one job and the pay sucked. But my boss had promised me that she was going to give me benefits after like 6 months. So I'm like, okay, I'll stick around. So 6 months passed. I asked her about it, and she kept kicking the can down the road. Needless to say, I ended up staying at the job for about doing good, but we're afraid to go full time because of our benefits. So I'm gonna pause for a second. You want to go ahead and pull it up, or you want to
Yeah,
talk
yeah.
a little bit?
No, I'm gonna go ahead and yeah. Let's let them know about what we about to play. So look, so I messed up. I logged out of the my laptop, and I'm trying to multitask now and talk to you guys. I'm playing this from the laptop. So again, I know it's gonna shake a little bit, but just bear with me. This is the video that we're about to discuss.
Oh, the volume.
Okay.
The speakers are probably off, right?
No, they're on, but it should be coming through the actual computer. There we go.
This article that said fear of losing health insurance is keeping people at jobs that they don't like. Now, I see this all the time. A lot of people are scared to start their business or start their entrepreneurship career.
Let's do that one more time. Let's do that one more time. It's like the universe started conspiring.
Well, what's going on, family? So I came across this article that said fear of losing health insurance is keeping people at jobs that they don't like. Now, I see this all the time. A lot of people are scared to start their business or start their entrepreneurship career because they're scared of losing their health insurance. Let me let you in on a little secret. When you start your business, you can get your own health insurance through the marketplace, and your health insurance premiums are tax deductible in your business. That's right, you get to write off your health insurance premiums. Not only that, when it comes to benefits in general, like you can get your own, you can set up your own retirement plan. You set up your own solo 401k or your own SEP IRA, and you can contribute $60,000 to these retirement accounts. So you can get your own health insurance and your own retirement plan very easily by starting your business. So don't let these things deter you from starting your business. Start it today. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. Yo, what's going on, families?
Now listen, family.
Yes.
That was a lot of information to digest. Especially if you might be just new to this. I want to play it back one more time just so that we can hear what he's talking about. The topic is a lot of people are afraid to leave their jobs, especially people who want to go start their own business because they're afraid of losing the benefits. So let's listen to this video and then we'll talk about it one more time.
I came across this article that said fear of losing health insurance is keeping people at jobs that they don't like. Now, I see this all the time. A lot of people are scared to start their business or start their entrepreneurship career because they're scared of losing their health insurance. Let me let you in on a little secret. When you start your business, you can get your own health insurance through the marketplace, and your health insurance premiums are tax deductible in your business. That's right, you get to write off your health insurance premiums. Not only that, when it comes to benefits in general, like you can get your own, you can set up your own retirement plan. You set up your own solo 401k or your own SEP IRA, and you can contribute $60,000 to these retirement accounts. So you can get your own health insurance and your own retirement plan very easy by starting your business. So don't let these things deter you from starting your business. Start it today. Let me know if you have any questions in the comments below.
Outstanding,
Awesome.
outstanding. So, can I turn it off now?
Yes.
All right. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So,
So-
family. Go ahead, Miss Hall. Go
No, I
ahead.
actually have a quick question. Is anyone in the audience on all of our platforms, or are you guys currently employed or have a business? And if you have a business, just drop a one in a comment. Or if you're on Clubhouse, just drop it on the comment section. Anyway, just letting us know if you have a business, because we're doing a little poll and we want to see how many people actually have these things set up. So if you have a business, let us know in the comment section. We want to hear from you. Or if you're thinking about starting a business, drop a 2 in the comment section as well, because I really want to get a poll of who's who that we're talking to today.
All right. All right. Let's see. Oh, peace, Joshua. Peace. Good to see you again, Joshua Harmon over here on Clubhouse. I'm employed, but do not have a business. Okay. All right.
Do you are you thinking about starting a business though? Because that's important too. You may not have a business, but maybe you thought about starting one, and the reason why you didn't start one yet is because of a lot of things that might factor into you not wanting to leave your job.
One of those things primarily being losing those benefits, health insurance, life insurance, all those other things that come along, a retirement plan, and things of that nature.
Black Orchid on Instagram says, currently employed. I want to start a business and undecided how to start one. Okay. Okay.
Peace, Black Orchid, peace. Well, let's talk about that video, y'all. And I know Shane is absolutely probably dying to jump in here, right?
Shane over there playing double dutch.
But I know, right? Because look, she holding one rope, I'm holding the next. Because two of the things he talked about in there, he said you can start your solo 401k or a SEP IRA, and you can contribute up to $60,000 a year into those retirement accounts. Yes, that is correct. Legal way, of course. This is not tax. This is not tax evasion. That's illegal. But tax avoidance is absolutely legal, okay, and necessary. If you want to keep more of what you make, okay. So with that, I'll go ahead.
Before we go, we have some comments.
We do.
Based on our questions that we just asked, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Joshua Harmon says, same as Black Orchid, don't know how to start a business. Okay, so definitely when it comes to starting a business, there's a lot of factors that play into that. I like to tell people, think about what it is that you love to do and start there. Think about things that that people need. When you find a need that needs to be filled, that's also another way to start a business. And then you can always work your way back from there to fill in the holes of how to actually start one.
And that's starting a business from the ground up, something that's possibly unproven. And, majority of people, this is how we start our businesses. But there's different ways to start businesses, right? To go into business doesn't mean that you have to come up with a brand new thing. You don't got to reinvent the wheel. What if
That's
you
true.
think about like franchises, right? Franchise, you're a business owner if you own a McDonald's, but you didn't invent the McDonald's, but you're still a business owner, right? So, when we say start a business, I just want to encourage y'all to just don't confine it to a box where you're like, okay, well, I have to be, and insert whatever image you think a boss looks like or a business owner looks like. It can be a lot of people we walk by every day of business owners, you just don't know.
Wait, Diamond also says, it took me a while to do real estate full time because I did not want to lose my benefits. And that is a fact. That is a whole fact. when Dwayne and I started working for ourselves full time in 2016, um, well, prior to that, we had started businesses, but again, our benefits was quote unquote really good,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not gonna lie, I was afraid of walking away from it. I had an employer that used to match my retirement account, so I put in 6%, they put in 6%. For those of y'all who don't know, that's free money that the company is giving you.
Come on now.
So
Can you run that back in slow motion? Because you said that power
I
information.
had an employer.
Not
No.
that slow. Not that slow.
No, but I had an employer that used to match my 403b. So pretty much they maxed it at 6%. So if I put in, let's say 6% of my paycheck was $200, they would equally match it and put in $200. So essentially, every time I got paid, I was able to contribute a total of $400 into my retirement account, and that was really really good. Who wants to walk away from that, right? Most people don't.
Hmm.
But it got to a point where I started to hate my job, and I hated working there, and I had to make a decision, like, am I going to allow my job to pigeonhole me and just find a way to do this on my own? And we did. I was able to find a way to do it on my own, which we'll share with you guys in a little bit. But like Diamond, holding on to the thoughts of our benefits is what kept me at that job for so long.
Mm-hmm. And the fear of the unknown. But go ahead, Shane. I about to jump in there. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I remember, I mean, I was a little bit different. I was kind of, I've always kind of been by myself. I didn't have any kids, wasn't dependent or anything like that. So I was just kind of for me. So I didn't really initially keep jobs because of benefits because I just care. I did my own thing. However, when I got married, things changed a little bit. So I wasn't going to be as reckless anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I was working as a nurse, and then I was doing, even though I worked as a nurse, I kind of did my own thing. I did independent, like independent contractors where I set my own schedule and kind of this kid at the school, and then the school loved me, said, so he get something that has benefits. Although the school system, for most people may know, they have really good benefits in terms of like health insurance and things like that. It's spot on. So I wanted that, and it was really good. However, it took me, my salary was cut in half by taking that job,
Mm,
but I still took it because
Mm.
of the
the
benefits.
good
So
benefits.
when you calculate at that time, when I calculated the benefits versus the salary, it just made sense to take the payment in a year.
Oh wow.
Wow.
Just picture that. Yes.
Wow.
So I still kept my independent
Wow.
contract of work because I needed to live. That pretty much was paying for benefits. That's what that one was doing. And then my independent contract of work, that was what was paying the bills and free money to do the other things. But realistically, it didn't make any sense to take that job. But I didn't know better at that
Quick
time.
question. When you say good benefits, what was it exactly in those benefits that attracted you? Was it the health insurance or like just everything that they offered?
Well, it was mainly for me, it was the health insurance. So they paid for, it was like, when I went to my doctor's visits, I didn't have co-pays. Because a lot of times, we think of
Mm-hmm.
co-pays like it's so taboo, we don't want to pay a dime. So, we have to go routine visits and things like that. Or if I might have to go see a specialist because I got allergy problems or whatever, you have to pay those sometimes $100, $150 deductible. You don't want to have to pay that. So I was like, okay, they're paying for 100% of my insurance. All I got to do is show up. That's what attracted me.
Hmm.
So definitely wasn't the salary. So it wasn't anything else. And of course, when the kids was out of school, I was out of school too. So I like that part also.
Hmm.
But again, if I was working as an independent contractor, I set my own schedule anyway. But I was conditioned to think I needed to work with this employer to get this particular benefit because
Mm.
that was a come up.
Question. Is it possible, right, that the reason why most of us have this scare tactic when it comes to our health insurance is because we're afraid of getting sick? But why are we afraid of getting sick? When the average person doesn't even get sick that often. We don't even go to the doctors that often. The average person, is relatively healthy. So how often do we usually go to the doctor? Maybe once a year for our annual checkup. So if most of us only go for our annual checkup, then why are we so afraid of not
Hmm.
having these health insurance benefits through our companies? Like you said, I think it's because of
Conditioning.
Can I
conditioning.
answer
Yeah.
that too?
Say it
Yes,
again.
it's conditioning, and also I said I want to answer that real quick. It's conditioning, and also from being in the healthcare field, you always think about that one time that something might happen,
Yeah.
and it can be an event that end up costing you thousands, and you got to come up out of pocket.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what scares a lot. And that's what scared me back then. Like, okay, what if I got into an accident or something? I can't afford to pay for that. So it's like you foresee the worst, so that's why you settle for that. But in actuality, you could still foresee the worst, but you can actually plan for it better by
Correct.
just putting away the money.
Correct.
Correct. Yes.
So
And
I
now
go
didn't
you're
ahead.
have that
set.
mindset back then.
Now you'd be self-insured, right?
Correct. And what a lot of
Woo!
people also don't know, a lot of times when we go to the hospital, if you don't have insurance and you get hit with that bill at the end, you can actually work out one a payment plan, or two, if depending on your income, they'll actually lower the bill amount. I remember one time, I don't know what happened, but I got hit with a bill for something at the hospital, and
I
the
remember
billing
that.
department called me up, and I was like, "Listen, I ain't got it." And then she was like, "Well, how much do you make? Blah blah blah, whatever."
Mm-hmm.
And I told her, she was like, "Oh, okay." And I think instead of paying like $2,000, they told me just pay like $67 or something like that. So a lot of times, a lot of our financial bills, debt,
Mm-hmm.
can be negotiated if you speak with the person in the accounts receivable department and explain to them what your financial situation is. That's also another thing that we can do when it comes to health insurance or health in general.
And you know, I I love what that I love what the guy said in the video, because he said set it up through your business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's two ways you can have your benefits, y'all. You can have it through your business, and or, because it doesn't have to be either or, and or you can have it personally for yourself. So the retirement plan that you get for your business, the solo 401k, the SEP IRA, that's for the business. That's your retirement plan through the business. But what about the one for yourself? Well, that might be a Roth IRA or a traditional IRA. You know what I mean? So there's options out there. It's just that no one educates us on what these things are, what it looks like, what we have to do, and see, when you don't have enough information to make a decision, you get stuck. So you never move forward past that point. You get stuck, right? So what we're doing is just sharing that information that a lot of us here is on the stage and then are speaking. We went through the bumps and bruises to learn this information, because people, well, in our journey, as I speak for me and Chanel, in our journey, people weren't readily giving up this information.
No, they
And
weren't.
we were willing to pay for it, and they wasn't trying to give it up. They did not want to teach us these things. But at
Mm-hmm.
least the people we were going to, and
Right.
it was crazy. So we decided to just get it
Do
the
it.
hard way, right? Figure it out, right? So now we're sharing this with you guys. Peace, B1 Poppy.
So a little bit our story. Dwayne and I, we started our entrepreneurship journey in 2016, and like June, July 2016.
Really?
No, this particular
Okay.
segment is what I'm talking
The
about.
full-time journey.
Yes.
Okay.
And we gave up our corporate jobs, which means we no longer had our retirement
Right.
account, our life insurance, our health insurance, and our flexible spending accounts, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But we were not lacking, because immediately we signed up for health insurance through our marketplace. You guys can do the same thing. The guy even mentioned it in the video. You guys can go to the marketplace. You guys can get the health insurance. We also set up our own retirement account, and we also set up our own life insurance. As far as flexible spending, that's what our emergency fund is for. So we put money in our emergency fund, and when emergencies happen, whether that be for medical or anything like that, you could always use those monies. And for those of you guys don't know what the flexible spending account is, your job gives you like an account of sorts, and you're allowed to put pre-tax monies into that account, and you can use that account to pay for anything that's medical related. So essentially, you can kind of sort of do that yourself by just setting up an emergency fund, like Shane mentioned, just preparing for the unexpected, so that if in those off chances you have a medical emergency that your health insurance doesn't cover, you have your money in your emergency fund.
Yep. Come on now.
But I wanted to talk chime in a little bit on when you talk talking about the marketplace. Now, it's a lot easier to get those benefits through the marketplace and things like that when you are um, lower middle class to lower class, lower income, not class, but lower income. Because when you start getting those, especially if you're a single person and you start getting those higher income thresholds in the
Mm-hmm.
marketplace, you don't qualify. So when you try to get insurance through them, it's the same as paying it out of pocket yourself
True.
because you don't get the breaks like if if it would if you had a lower income.
Mm.
So that also scares people. I know that's what scared me because I never qualified for any of those things. It's like they would say you have to be in this make this much and have this many dependents. And I'm like, well, it's just me. And they'd be like, bye, Felicia. So I didn't qualify for those things. But there are other options, just like, they were mentioning some of those things. So,
Oh, you cut out.
oh, I don't qualify.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I can hear
Is
you
that?
now. You said I
Yeah,
don't
we hear
qualify.
marketplace and we automatically know we don't qualify for the marketplace. However, if you are in the middle income, upper middle income to upper class in terms of your income, you can actually plan to put the money aside, just like they were just mentioning emergency funds, and have an account. You can name it medical account and just put the money there. But we're not proactive enough to sometimes to think about those things. And we need an employer to fund it for us instead, when essentially we can do it ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Now, question, Shane. I know you also, correct me if I'm wrong. I know you also help people set up their business entities, and depending on the business entity that you
I
have,
was thinking the same
if
thing.
you're making a certain amount of money, like six figures or so, um, couldn't you essentially have your business pay for your health insurance, or if you're like, so if you're I think an S corp or something like that, and you're paying yourself wages. Now, if you're paying yourself wages, now you're on paper is showing that you're making, of course, less money than your actual company is. So wouldn't that then lower your income enough to qualify you for the marketplace?
Mm.
Yes and no, because you do have to give all your income. So yes, you're an employee and you have your employment wages, but you're still the owner of the business, so you still have to report that income that you're getting there. So you may get away with it that first year, but when you file your taxes, you're gonna have to pay it back then because they're gonna see you did indeed make more than your W-2. So Chanel is correct. Based on the entity type, you can have your business pay for your health insurance, but it doesn't have to go through the marketplace. Your business can pay for it for you. So, for instance, like she mentioned the S corp. You can have an S corp, and you're an employee. You may have another employee, and then you're paying for the health insurance for both of those employees. So you choose the plan that you want. It's more affordable for your company.
Right.
The company pays 75, 85, 90%, however it's set up, or 50%, and the employee pays the remaining portion out their paychecks. That is tax. It's taken out before taxes, so it reduces their taxable income. So that's one option. But however, when you have an S corp and you to go that route, the S corp can write it off as a business expense. However, when you file your taxes, it's given paying for it, but it's going to add to your taxable income. Now, when you have a C corporation, the C corporation can write it off as fringe benefits, and that's a little bit different. So when you start talking about entity types, entity matters because an LLC, the business can't write it off. You, the individual, can get your tax breaks for having it when you file your personal taxes. S corps and C corps, the business can write it off. However, one is fringe benefits where it doesn't come back to you as income, and the to you as income.
Hmm.
But it's
Ah.
still a win because you're not necessarily paying all of this high amount. So let's say you might. So that's why I say where it might catch it up to you when you file your taxes as an S corp, because let's just say you made 30,000 when you qualify for a marketplace. So marketplace giving you free insurance. So now the business paid 15,000 for that year. I'm just making up a number. It might not even be that high for you. So now the portion that it paid, it's going to give it back taxable income. So now you have $15,000 in income that you didn't actually get, but that increases your taxable income. Now that would show is good when it shows that because if you have to go see Diamond to get a house or something like that, it shows that you had more money and you didn't actually get the money, but it shows on paper that you got the money. That makes sense.
Yes. Yes.
Ooh, ooh. So hold up. I'm sorry, I had a squirrel moment. So that would mean that right now, since the catch-22 on this student loan forgiveness is that it's going to be marked as income on your taxes, does that mean that now would be the best time for those people to apply for those type of loans like mortgages and stuff, because now it's going to show up as they got higher income?
Dang.
Absolutely. Once
Where
you file
Diamond
your
at?
taxes and you have
Damn.
absolutely, that is absolutely the case. Now, when you file your taxes and it's reported, so you got 100K in student loans written off, they say, oh, that's income. Now, however, you're gonna have to pay taxes on that, so you're gonna have to have a business and come see me so we can write off a whole lot, but you can still show a whole lot of income so you can get your house.
Come on now. Listen, I hope y'all have y'all pen and paper because we're not repeating this next week, all right? We're not going to repeat it next week.
Shane just took a handful of gold, threw
If
it in
y'all
the
here
air.
today, y'all going to get it.
She just did a queen move. She did like a royal move. She took a handful of gold coins and just threw it
out in the air.
Like, whoever get it,
come on now. That's what I'm trying to talk about. This is what Wealthy Wednesday is all about.
You're going to have to hit the replay for that one. I'm not
asking there's her. Diamond. There's Diamond.
Oh, man. Y'all might get a little taste of it only because Diamond just came back. But my goodness.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know that went completely off topic, but it was so important I had to bring it up.
I also wanted to just jump in and add one thing. I was listening. For example, if you're homeless, just walk with me for a minute and just follow where I'm going. If you're homeless and you go to the hospital, they cannot refuse treatment. So if you're uninsured and you go to the hospital, they cannot refuse treatment.
That's right.
So it's kind of along lines with what Chanel was saying, that it will be based on whatever income you have.
That's right.
So don't feel like you're going to be bankrupt for getting sick and going to the hospital.
That's right.
That was all I wanted to say.
That's right. So y'all need to stop. If y'all thinking about starting a business, or you have a business and you know you want to go full time, but you're like, but my benefits at my job, don't let that be the reason that keeps y'all there. There's way too many opportunities out there. We just have to, number one, prepare ourselves, and two, bet on ourselves so that we can, receive those benefits. So y'all can start living and stop just surviving.
I mean, the simple long and short of it is you can own your benefits. Like, you don't need a middleman like the job, right? Like, what is a job? A job is somebody else's business.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just start there with the simple part of it. Whatever you call a job, that is someone else's business. Someone owns that business and they hired you. All right? So that's a job. When you go out and start your business, that's the same type of business. But we just don't look at it the same because our level of self-belief, we're looking at ourselves as, well, we're not at that level that other person is. But says who?
Let's role play a little bit. I like to role play. So we're going to role play.
Let's go.
Typical scenarios of why, just over broke, exactly. Typical scenario of why people don't want to leave their job. So I'm the employee, and I'm talking to you about wanting to leave my job, but I ain't leaving it yet. So I'm like, man, I really want to, I have this bakery thing that I'm doing. It's doing pretty good. I want to leave my job, but I don't know, these benefits, my job, they be hooking me up with the health insurance, and my 401k is pretty good. And I don't know. I don't think I'm ever going to be able to leave my job.
Time out. We gonna role play, but I just put a pause in it, right? So, if I was Dwayne the employee, this would have been my response. Girl, you crazy, man. Don't be leaving your job. You work at the hospital. You got like all them good benefits, and do that business on the side, but don't give up your job. That's crazy. You got kids and bills to pay.
You know what? That's true. I was thinking about that because I'm afraid to give up my my steady income. Like I get like $1,000 every 2 weeks, and that's pretty decent.
And besides, you went to school for mad years to get that director position. So why would you want to even leave that job?
That's true. But I don't know. Everybody's saying that I should consider just doing my business full time. But I don't know.
Business ain't for everybody.
You know what?
Don't let them people get you out there and got you looking crazy. You go give up your good benefits and your position at that job, and you put all that time out. Now that's how Dwayne the employee would respond. This is why
Wait,
it's
can I
in.
respond as the employer? Yeah, I was gonna say, can I respond also?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
y'all can
yeah.
respond.
Hold on. Yeah, yeah. Matter of fact, perfect. Let me let y'all go ahead and respond, and I'm gonna tell you how me, Dwayne, now the business owner, the advisor, would respond. But I'm gonna let Shay jump in and let Diamond jump in first. How would y'all respond to that statement?
So Diamond and I are the employers. So we hear word on the street because that's what y'all got going on here. That's the debate. So I'm talking to Diamond about it. And I'm like, okay, so hey, this employee want to leave. So we really value them. We need this employee. So let's just give her a little raise. I'm thinking maybe like 50 cents. What are you thinking?
Mm,
25 cents. 25 cents? Yeah, you probably meet in the middle. And yeah. Say we can just give them 20 cents and just 20 cents extra. I think she'll be happy with that. And we can write her a nice letter saying that we appreciate her service and that it's a merit increase. And I think we should probably give her like a gift card for like $50 or something like that. $25. Yeah, we can do that. I bet we can do that.
And a parking space too in the front, employee of the month. Because I ain't never get that before, and that'll make me feel good.
Yep. So then we'll give her the action. We'll promote her. We'll give her added responsibility. We'll make her a manager. We can give her a fluff title that means nothing, and she's basically doing the same thing. Yep.
No, I'm laughing, but this is all facts, though.
The business. Yeah.
This is really
or
factual.
matter of fact, we just fired them two supervisors. Wait, them two supervisors last week, right? And that's because they was here too long, so they was paying them way too much. So now that she, we done gave her an increase. We gave her an increase. We gonna increase her workload too by giving her those two workloads as part of her promotion. With that 20 cent.
To go with the fluff title.
Yeah, and the 20 cent raise.
Yep.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
That's the whole fact.
Right. So now me, Dwayne, me now, the business owner, if you talking to me and you're telling and she's telling me that, not her boss.
Yeah, you're just my neighbor, and I'm like, man, neighbor, I'm thinking about just leaving my job. The internet says I should just leave my job and just do my business full time. I make like $2,000 extra. Doing my little baking business. Like so, I'm doing all right doing it.
Sis, look, let me tell you something first. Please stop calling your business little. Right? Because words are powerful. So if you say it's little, it's going to remain little. So right now in your mind it's little. That's why it's not paying all your bills yet.
You're right. My big business is big business.
All right. Now if your big business is big enough and it pays all your bills and you could do that full time, would you keep the job?
Probably not. But like, what about my health insurance? Like I got asthma, so I go to the doctor constantly for that. So, I can't, and my kids, I got kids. I got like 5 kids. So, I need the health insurance. I can't afford that on my own.
Okay. I got kids too. And but you know me as long as you know me as a business owner, right?
Yeah. You sure right about that. I've been here like 15 years and I ain't never seen you go to work.
Well, I go to work. I just work how I work, right? I work from home, but I decide how I work. But what the point is that you can own your own benefits. You don't need you paying for it at the job anyway. If you look at your pay stub, you're gonna see they took the money out anyway. You just don't think of it that way because you're not handing over the money.
Yo, you're right. They take like $30 out of my check every time I get paid.
Okay, so what if you could just
That's
go
like
ahead and buy your own benefits?
$120 a month.
So if you could just go ahead and buy your own benefits, why not go ahead and buy your own benefits, like your own health insurance, your own life insurance, and set up your own retirement plan.
You know what? You're right about that. But ain't nobody teaching us how to do that. Like,
okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I have a financial advisor that's gonna help you to set up the retirement plan and the life insurance. I have a health insurance person that's agent's gonna help you get your health insurance set up, right? But before you do anything, I need you to sit down with Shane, the negotiator, so that you can look over your business model and how you organize and get you on a financial plan of how you're going to budget inside your business and also inside your personal life, because I don't want to set you up for failure. So if you start off the business with bad habits, then that's going to set you up for failure. But if you sit with Shane the negotiator, she'll get you on a GPS course to success.
You know what? I like the way that sound, and I also need some commercial space for my business too. Since my business ain't a little business no more, it's big business. I need to make sure I get a commercial space. So you know somebody that can hook me up with that?
That's light work. That's light work. Diamond D Sales, all platforms.
Got it, got it.
You know, she's not even a real estate agent. You know, she hires real estate agents. She's like a broker. So you know, that's levels.
She the plug for the plug.
She the plug for the plug.
Got it. You know what, neighbor? Thank you so much for talking to me. I appreciate you.
I got you. See, look, that's conversation. Role playing. Does it make more sense when we do it that way? Right?
Absolutely.
But these are real conversations.
Yes.
You know, I'm laughing and I'm joking, but these are legit conversations that we have with people.
So serious.
Yep.
And this is exactly the treatment you sign up for when you choose to be an employee. Like when you choose to have a job. I mean, it's and I mean, listen, you may have a good employer because look, we treat our employees good. When we hire employees, we treat those employees pretty good. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, you're still an employee.
So I just want to.
Why would you want to stay at that? We don't want our employees to stay there. Even if you're a good one, we might miss your quality of work. But realistically, if you're that detail oriented and your quality of work is that good and we like your work ethic, then I would rather groom you to be a business partner than to keep you as an employee. We can make more money that way.
And also incentivize them, pay people their worth. But I just wanted to break it down really quickly. As an employee, as a W-2, here in New York City, when you get paid, they're taking at least 30% out in taxes. So let's say you make $100,000, you're now left with $70,000. Out of that $70,000, you still have to pay. Your employer is now going to take money out to pay for those benefits that we think are free. Those benefits aren't free. We think it's free, but we're actually paying for it, like Dwayne mentioned when we was role playing. I remember I was getting about $30 every time I got paid taken out for my medical. And there was like another, whatever amount, I don't even remember now, coming out for my flexible spending account. And then there was another monies coming out going into my retirement account. I think I was paying like $200-$300 every time I got paid. That was going into my retirement account. And then I had money going into my dental, because dental and health insurance is two separate things. So I had money going into my dental and I had money going into my life insurance. So out of the $70,000, what's left back? I'm probably only coming home with about $50,000 after everything is all said and done.
But you made $100.
But we're not conditioned to really look at it. How many of us actually look at our pay stubs? Are y'all actually reading through y'all pay stub every time y'all get paid? If you look, it'll say year to date. Look and see how much money you paid for a particular thing year to date. And and when you look at that, add that up and ask yourself, if I were to go full time in my business, I'm paying for it out of my pay stub, but this is how much I'm paying. Could I afford to do this on my own? The answer is yes. The only difference is that you don't have payroll taking it out for you. But if you have your business and you set it up correctly, Shane, she does payroll, so she can help you structure your business where you can have payroll, setting up, taking these things out if you're not disciplined enough to take it out yourself. My point is this: we have options. If you have problems, there's solutions to your problem. And the problems aren't even really problems; they're just situations.
The problems ain't problems; it's lack of information.
And there's solutions to every situation. You just have to be willing to put in the work to get the results that you're looking for.
But I agree with you 100%, Ms. Hall. Like you just said a problem. Really, like those really aren't problems.
Nope.
Those are lack of information events. That's all it is. Lack of information events get some people stuck. Most people stuck. We got stuck, right? But see, we just tenacious. So when we get stuck, we don't sit there and just give up. We just go on a hunt and try to figure it out, by any means necessary. But, this is good that we can get you guys this information because there's no reason to stay stuck. Now, I'm not telling you to make a rash decision.
Correct.
This is not what we're promoting here. Let's be clear, because I know it's a possibility somebody will misunderstand this whole conversation, right? We're not telling you to just say, come up with an idea in your head that's going to be your business, jump out the window, and quit your job. That's not what we're promoting.
Absolutely not. That's why I also mentioned make sure you plan.
Plan. Not just you plan by yourself because you've never done this before, right? So I
Get a team
strongly
in
recommend getting, and listen, get in the habit of doing that. The wealthy spend money so that professionals who are better at them at doing certain tasks can get the task done for the wealthy. Getting that mindset, y'all. Like I'm pretty sure I could file my taxes myself. Am I going to do as good of a job keeping more of my money than Shane would? No. Absolutely not.
I read this article recently that's talked about budgeting, and in the article, it mentioned a way that you can save money is to do your taxes yourself. I said, hell no, that's not saving me money.
That's setting people up for failure.
Like, use a whole lot. Yes, you can.
You can.
But I know we have a lot of stuff going on with our taxes because of our businesses and things like that. I'm not trying to do that myself.
And then
it's going to end up costing us more in the long run.
Look at who they targeting. They targeting poor people.
That's right.
Because when you're poor, your range of view is short. It's
like,
short.
What can I cut?
It's short-term thinking. So when they say save money, perspective is everything, right? So if you're only short-term thinking, well, yeah, I can save money instead of paying somebody $400 to do my taxes. I can do it myself. You know what I mean, or something like that, right? But see, that short-term thinking only shows you the short-term savings. So you're like, yeah, I saved that money now, but how much did it cost you in the long run? How much hundreds of thousands could you have avoided paying taxes on?
In
depending on your
actuality,
income.
Your tax person is gonna give y'all some game. Like a real good tax person, shout out Shane Negotiator.
Yes.
Is gonna really put y'all on some game on how you can make more money. Correct. And how you can keep more of your money.
More of your money, exactly.
Yeah, like she the GOAT when it comes to taxes. I'm not trying to do that myself. Nah, we good.
We could, but I don't want to.
Nah.
Because she's more qualified, and I'm okay to pay for that, right? Because in the long term, we end up keeping more of our money.
That's
like,
right.
Learn to pay people who are better at doing things than you are to get better results for yourself.
So your money team should be a realtor. Go ahead, Shane.
So I want to give an example of somebody doing it themselves versus hiring somebody to do it for them. So I had applying 2 tax seasons ago. So husband and wife, and I was doing their taxes. So they have a couple of businesses, and they had a business vehicle. So for you guys who don't know, there's bonus depreciation for 2020 and 21, also for 2022. So if you purchase a vehicle beginning 2020 all the way through December 31st of this year, you can deduct 100% of the vehicle if it's 6,000 pounds or 6,000 pounds or more. So like SUVs and things like that. You purchase for a vehicle, you can 100% write it off, the whole shebang. So I showed them, I said, okay, so I did their taxes for them, and I did a split. I did one with the bonus depreciation deduction, and I did another tax returns without the bonus depreciation to show them the difference in their return, what it would be. So I showed them, and it was getting back like 30 with bonus depreciation.
Wait, can you repeat that number
that
again?
last part broke up. Say it again.
30,000 they was going to get back.
So
they was going to get back 30 grand if I gave them that bonus depreciation versus if I did not let them take that the bonus depreciation, they was getting back 7,000.
Oh, wow.
So big difference in the numbers, right? So we sat with them and I presented it and I showed it to them. So I said, this is what you're getting. So they both was like, well, shoot, let me get that 30 grand. Why would I want to get 7? I said, hold up. You just told me you want to buy a house this year and possibly next year. If you take the bonus depreciation, you're going to get back 30,000, but your taxable income is practically zero. you're not going to be able to buy a house because it's not going to show that you made any money. I said, if you
Mm.
don't take that the bonus depreciation, you are only getting back 7,000, but it shows your taxable income of 42,000. So I was like, so which one do you think will be better for your situation? So the wife was like, oh, don't take the bonus depreciation. The husband was like, nope, I want all my money. We're gonna worry about that later. So they was kind of
Uh-oh.
going back about it or whatnot. Ultimately, they end up choosing the bonus depreciation, but guess what? They're still renting an expensive apartment because they couldn't get that house.
Uh,
So
But
that's the
see,
difference between hiring a professional and not, because had that person done it themselves, they wouldn't have even done a split return because
right.
nobody thinks to do that. And the software is not going to allow you to do it twice because you're going to have to pay for it.
mm.
But you know what I'm also hearing though, Shane, they could have taken the depreciation, taken that $30,000, and now they could have just invested in a rental investment property. Now, there's homes, and Diamond can tell me if I'm wrong. There's homes that they could have fixed up,
Mm.
that they could have bought for like $15,000, $20,000. They didn't have to live in that home just yet, but they could have bought the home with that $30,000 they got back, fix it up, and then rented it out and use that income now to go ahead and now buy their actual home, maybe on the next year's taxes or something. Not well, the next year's
That's
tax
absolutely
return.
correct. They could have done that. They sure could have done that. But what do most people do when they get their refund back?
Oh, they
Blow it.
ball. They
Blow
ball.
it.
That's because they don't got the money team.
Blow it.
They don't got the money
Well, and
team.
look, if you don't got a plan, right? If we go out to play a football game and my team been practicing and drilling and your team never played a day of football in your life, who you think gonna win that game? You running all over the place. You disorganized. You got no plan. My organized team is gonna stomp right
That's
through
it.
you. You can't compete,
That's it.
right? Real quick, y'all.
Absolutely can. I'll drop my legal taxes so that you see what your situation is to prepare for taxes. As we say in the proactive versus reactive, you can catch things before versus waiting, and then it's too late to fix. You have to fix the situation then.
And I'm gonna say that in simple layman's terms. You go to Shane the same reason you go to your doctor for your annual checkup. Because if you just don't go to your doctor at all, by the time the cancer gets to be real bad, and then you go to the doctor, it might be a little too late.
This is true.
So if that makes sense to you, then going to your tax professional and keeping in contact with them throughout the year makes sense. Because guess what? Things change throughout the year. You know how many times Shane be hitting us up and be like, hey, look, this thing just changed and now you can take advantage of da 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 da. And I'm like, well, thank you very much. I would have never found that out on my own. And I'm a financial advisor, but we don't really look at the stuff that the tax professionals look at for the same reasons, right? So we're not up to date on
Like when they dropped that COVID credit, and when they dropped the COVID credit towards the end of the tax season
Yep.
last year.
right. Like I that wasn't on my radar, but it's on your radar,
That's right.
right? Something that would be on my radar is the fact that it seems like they recently changed the rules for the 529s because it's a lot more flexible, and now you can leave it with more people. So I was like, oh, okay, well that's interesting. That's a big deal. All right, that's a big deal. So, like things like that, Shane might not know that stuff because that's not really relevant to what she's doing, right? But we're both professionals in finance, but you got to know your lane. And Shane's lane is taxes and business structure and organization and a whole lot more.
Summarize.
I always feel like I'm not even doing it justice because she like a genie in a bottle.
You're shaking everything. But yeah, I wanted to just talk about the money team real quick. So, when it comes to wealth building, we always want to make sure that we have a lawyer, a reputable lawyer that knows what they're doing. We want to make sure that we have our realtor. Now, the realtor, for those of us who might be renting, they can let you know, okay, what you need to have in place in order to be ready to buy that home.
Mm-hmm.
They're also going to tell you things like don't make any large purchases
Yep.
before you buy that home because that's like a buyer's no. You don't do that. So like Shane said, you want to be proactive and not reactive. Then you also want to make sure you have Shane because she's the tax person that's going to tell you all the tax benefits and when is the best time to buy that home. I'll let her tell y'all that. But when is the best time to buy that home? And then you also want to sit with us because we can help you guys put the monies away so that when you're ready to buy that home, you have that stash to pull from. And then we're also going to show you how to protect that home through life insurance, home security, and also just other type of things.
Oh,
I don't know what you're trying to tell me.
no, I was scratching my finger.
So yeah, so that's pretty much that in a nutshell. Shane, you have something to say?
No, I said when he said genie in a bottle, that Christina Aguilera song popped into my head.
Man, I hope you ain't start dancing.
I sure did.
And please don't sing it. Please and thanks.
Oh man, no problem, Joshua. No problem. He said he really appreciate all the gems that we dropping. So I mean, this is what we here for on Wealthy Wednesdays. You know what I mean? Nobody is teaching us this stuff. This is instructional. This is not advice. I do not give advice on Wealthy Wednesdays, right? And reason being is because that is one. Look, you give advice to a public forum, they coming for you, right? That's the big no in the advisor world, like in an open forum. So I can educate you on how some things work. If y'all hear me, you hear me, right? So I can educate you on how things work, and we can show you how some things might work better, or some things might work this way, not even better. Some things might work this way, and some other things might work that way, so that you can get a better understanding of just how the things work. Now, for your specific situation, which is unique, everybody's situation is unique as fingerprints, right? Like, believe me, y'all don't got the same bills that I got. You don't got the same incomes that I got. Like, everybody got a different set. They might be similar, but ain't no two sets the same, right? So you got to get yours tailor fitted for you. In the finance game, you don't really want cookie cutter. Cookie cutter doesn't suit you, right? But if you get if you know the difference, if you ever wore a tailor made suit, or you saw somebody wearing a tailor made suit compared to something that got bought off the rack, it just don't look in the same league. It's two different leagues of quality,
clean.
Right? It's two different leagues of quality, right? This is the difference between the quality of your financial results, right? When you get professionals to do the job, to help you to do the job, because we're not doing the job for you. We're not giving you a fish. We educating you. Yes, we're helping you through the process by doing the action parts, but we're also educating you so you understand what's happening, y'all. Because if you don't understand what's happening, you can't pass this information on to your children. So once you understand what's happening, now you can teach it, right? And now this is how the wealthy keep this information in their families generation after generation, because the next generation is prepped on what to do with the wealth that the prior generation has built and is leaving behind for them. All right, so this is what Wealthy Wednesday is for. Please, y'all, share, 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 share. We need y'all to share this. If you were here and you have ate from the food of Wealthy Wednesdays, please go ahead and share, because there is no cost for this. All right, there is no cost for this, but we do want y'all to share this. Share wherever you are in your lives, and on your pages. Just share it, because our people need to know, and this is free 99 for this information, right? So you can't beat that price.
And I'm gonna go ahead and update your link tree so that we can have our YouTube channel in our Instagram bio, so that you guys can always click on that, follow our Melanated Universe
Yes.
on YouTube,
Yes.
so that we can start building that up again, and get some more activity going on YouTube. So
And it's
yeah,
good to
I'll
be on
definitely do
multiple
that.
platforms, because we're giving this to our community. It's only a matter of time before one of these platforms gets shut down, and then you know where to find us on the next platform. All right. I'm also on Twitter, even though I don't ever use it, but I don't even remember the name. I think it's Wealth Power, but I'll let y'all know next time. And if you want to contact me, the link is right here on Clubhouse, or you can go to wealth_empowerment, wealth_empowerment,
Wealth_empowerment
on IG. Absolutely. All right. And with that, let me go ahead and pass the mic to Shane and Diamond. Any last thoughts, and let the peoples know how they can reach out to you if they need you.
Okay, so if you need to reach out to me, I did drop my link here on Clubhouse, bit.ly/SD negotiator. You can also reach me on IG and on Facebook, SD negotiator as well. Check out my website, profitfirsttaxes.com, and that's profit, PROFITFIRST, and then taxes.com. And I did enjoy this conversation today. And just my last words is just don't wait. Don't think you have all this time to get where you need to get, because it's always going to be something that's going to come up to prevent you from getting to where you need to go. Just stay focused. Write down your goal. Write down what it is that you want to get from whatever that thing that you want to do, and just go after it. I pass the
Absolutely.
mic to Diamond.
Yes.
Hey guys, always grateful to be a part of the conversation. So I can be found at Diamond DEE Self on Instagram as well as Clubhouse, as well as Twitter and TikTok. Trying to think of all the platforms. You said it, Dwayne. So I put in the chat. I don't know who saw it, but it took me a long time to step into real estate full time because I was scared to leave my job because I felt like I was making a lot of money
Mm-hmm.
and it was a decent salary. However, in 6 months I made more than what I was making in my salary,
Mm.
and I was making over six figures.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that in 6 months with real estate when I did go full time.
That's right.
It's amazing when you bet on yourself what happens.
Mm-hmm.
But also,
So with
oh, go
So
ahead,
with that
Diamond.
being said, sorry, with that being said, I want to say, don't be scared because sometimes you're fearful and you're putting a ceiling on your success. Because if I just look at what I could have made if I stepped into it much sooner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. How much money you lost because you
Mm-hmm.
waited?
Right, exactly.
Time costs.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, listen, it's been an amazing conversation. Today was a great build. I enjoyed it. It was personal because I remember those thoughts and those feelings.
Mm-hmm.
We're not wanting to leave a job because you're like, oh my God, but what about the benefits? What if the kids get sick and things of
Mm-hmm.
that nature? And then you realize, when you actually take the leap, or you sit with some professionals that can give you some guidance. So because when you take the leap, it can be bumpy if you don't know where to leap, right? But after you get your own, your own personal or through your own business benefits set up, um, that anxiety goes away
Mm-hmm.
because it's like, oh my God, I was so anxious about this all this while, and that was it. I got it taken care of already. Like now you can focus on building your business, building your baby.
And I also wanted to just something really quick before we go. A lot of times we think we can't afford things. Oh my gosh, I can't afford to do whatever. If you take 25, 50, some of us could even do $100 every time we get paid, and you just put it to the side,
Mm-hmm.
you'll be surprised how much money you have. I remember there was one time when we were working. What I used to do every time I got paid, I had money going towards my light bill. Every single time we got paid, money would go towards the light bill. It got to the point, and it was something like $50 every time I got paid, going towards my light bill. Another $50 going towards my gas bill, and it got to the point where I had like $500 in credit. So they sending me letters telling me like, oh, you don't owe us any more money. You can just don't send any payments. And I'm like, nah, hell no. While I got this money, you gonna get this money so that I know that that bill is paid. So I say that to say a lot of times we want to sit with a tax professional and we're like, oh, but I can't afford to do it. And you want to do all these things in life. Well, I want to have an emergency fund. I want to do these things. If you literally take a little bit of whatever monies you make every single week, y'all got to cut the budget. If you're eating out a lot, cut that in half. Instead of eating out 5 days a week, eat out 2 days a week, so that you can save those 3 days of money. That's 25. That's $50. You can now put towards your excess monies.
Mm-hmm.
So when you need to do things like pay that tax professional, or pay the realtor, or whatever it is you need to do, you have that money sitting there. And if you guys need help with doing that, sit with us and we can actually put you guys on a plan that we can help you guys with these accounts that we're talking about that can help you accomplish these things that you need. Help is at your fingertip. You just have to be willing to take the step and do it.
Absolutely.
Oh, and pay that health insurance bill so you ain't got to stay on the job for the benefits.
That's right. Or
Absolutely.
that's what those accounts are for. Is for all of those things you need.
And you should own your own benefits anyway, so that if God forbid you get fired unexpectedly, you're not in a state of panic. Like, what am I going to do? I lost all my benefits.
Nope.
You already got your own. What comes at the job is supposed to be supplemental. That's supposed to be extra icing on the cake.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But it shouldn't be what you depend on entirely.
Absolutely.
All right. So with that being said, y'all, B1 Pappy, shout out to you over here on IG. Shout out to the V Harris and the other guest that was over here on IG rocking with us the whole time. Black Orchid.
And the original Woman X, I believe.
Yes, the original Woman X. Shout out to Joshua over here on Clubhouse. Listen, family, on top of sharing, like Chanel said, just we're gonna add the link. It's Melanated Universe on YouTube. Please go over there, give us a follow.
Show us some love.
It's been a couple of years since we stopped our last episode of Melanated Universe, so we are breathing life back into this channel again. So please give us a follow. All right.
Yes.
Thank you, and everybody have a very, very wealthy Wednesday.
That's right. Peace, family.
Peace. Closing out the clubhouse. The clubhouse. You hear me, Shane?
The clubhouse.
You hear me, Shane? The clubhouse. Closing out the clubhouse.
Yes.
And
The clubhouse.
and where's the button? They changed it. Oh, there it is. Closing out the clubhouse in 5,
The club.
4, 3, 2.
I'm gonna need you to stop calling it that.
All right, IG, we out of here, man. Hey, love y'all. Have a productive day, and we will see y'all next Wealthy Wednesday. Peace.